Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another zombies video, and I guess technically at this point, I guess maybe I should start titling these World War II Vanguard Zombies videos, because I guess this officially confirms from Sledgehammer Games that we are getting a zombies mode. So I guess I should work on my introduction and titles and stuff like that. I actually just finished another World War II video summarizing the impossible Easter egg from the original World War II zombies. So I'm going to recap that really quickly. I'm not going to go over in depth because I literally hours ago just uploaded a video. So if you go to Frederick Barbarossa, you click on his name, you go down to the end, and you read about the folklore or the legend of Barbarossa, and that's the final cutscene in Frozen Dawn DLC 4 from World War II, where he's sitting in the chair, and the boy, the guy in the white, comes over and greets you and calls you the Raven Lords. It's the same story here. So, and then at the end of the cutscene, it also says that the cycle continues. So the cycle being him sitting in the chair, waking up when you arrive, and then you kill him, and he sits back into the chair. So a couple days ago, this is how it all fits in together. On May 4th, Sledgehammer, and this is what originally reminded me of it, and then of course I tell people, other zombie YouTubers and people on Twitter and YouTube, once you find something, you have to keep digging, because I feel like the devs put all these really deep secret Easter eggs in there. So this originally reminded me of Barbarossa waking back up, and it's a cycle. He wakes up, you defeat him, then he goes back to sleep. So originally, this is what that reminded me of. I can click on that, I believe. Okay, so in the scene, you can see that if you're not familiar with wrestling, he's the Undertaker, and they roll him over to the ring in the casket. You don't know who's in there. He wakes up, and that reminded me of the story of Barbarossa waking back up again. So that was one, and I tell people it's like breadcrumbs or like clues, and then like one or two things might be coincidence, but once it starts adding up and everything starts connecting, it actually starts being a solve. So on May 4th, not sure if May 4th is actually even an important date. That I'll probably Google real quick after this. So stick around for that. And I tell people, I just hit record, and I kind of look at the stuff as it's happening. So you're kind of seeing my reaction at the same time. So that I knew, so I started Googling stuff, and what you'll find out is the guy that actually is reaching for the casket to touch it, his name is Heidenreich. Of course, that's a German origin name, and it could be referencing the Final Reich. So again, if you look at the same cut scene, it's him, this guy Heidenreich, touching the casket that the Undertaker's in. I'm not going to click on it because I don't want to get any copyright claims. So what I did, I googled Heidenreich's meaning, and it says Heidenreich is a German surname which may translate as land of the heathen, or power of the heathens, or realm of the heathens. Notable people with the surname include the original Germanic meaning, a person of power and wealth. So this could maybe at first just be referencing the campaign, or paralleling the zombies mode, because sometimes the campaign and the zombies mode go together. And these are some famous, I'm not going to obviously click on all of them, and that's another thing I tell people, is that I give people directions or what to look at, and you can just spend your time reading about it if there's anybody here of importance. I mean, I'll skim over it, but I don't think there's anybody of super importance. I guess the whole idea is, if you just looked at the cutscene, I'm not sure if anybody figured this out. I actually thought that was Double J Jeff Jarrett. If you're familiar with wrestling, I'm like, oh, that's Jeff Jarrett when he fought the Undertaker. But then I googled, searched, like Undertaker popping out of casket. So I came across the original video, which is Heidenreich comes face to face, and it's by Epic Sports Entertainment, not WWE. I guess somebody might have just clipped it. So it just goes to show, like, a lot of stuff is just hidden right under your face. So I think it's a hint at zombies because of him waking up like Barbarossa. Maybe we'll get the bad ending versus good ending. You know, maybe World War II, the original one, was the good ending where the cycle repeats, I believe. Or actually, that would be the bad ending. The good ending would be you escape a day afterlife and the cycle and stuff like that. So those are two things that I would say connect, and that's how I tell people how I figure stuff out. Is like, okay, that makes sense, but like, what else secret meaning could be in this little clip that Sledgehammer Games gave us on May 4th? So him's name being Heidenreich could be referring again, like I said, to the final Reich. Maybe it's gonna be set in Germany again. What else did I say I wanted to Google search? No, I forget. And I probably should remember. So another thing I did, I cross-referenced Barbarossa and Heidenreich. There is a Operation Barbarossa that was narrated, it's saying, by Richard Heidenreich. So these could just be really lucky coincidences by Sledgehammer Games that they didn't realize. But I'm sure they're very clever, the narrative team, and they're going to cross-reference all this stuff anyways, just to make sure nothing is looking bad or whatever. I don't know what that is, but I wonder. That sounds familiar. I would want to click on that, but sometimes I love doing stuff live, but then I don't want to click on stuff that might be inappropriate or something I don't want to be surprised by. So another, I mean, this might just be a coincidence, but this one reference a soldier, Richard Heidenreich. Oh, May 4th was it that I wanted to Google. Hopefully nothing crazy will happen. So May 4th, World War II, May 4th. Let me try that. World War II, May 4th. Victory in Europe. Oh, so that might be. I mean, that is definitely a big clue. Victory in Europe Day is the day celebrating the formal acceptance by the Allies, World War II, of Germany's unconditional surrender of its armed forces. Okay, so that. Oh wait, no, that's May. No, never mind. That's May 8th. I mean, that is coming up soon. That's actually tomorrow. Maybe we'll get something tomorrow. May 1945. Today in the world. Let's click on this one. May 4th, 1940. Today in World War II history, May 4th. Germany begins rationing gasoline. German forces surrender to the British, May 5th. Okay, I just want to cross-reference it. There might be something out there. I mean, I'm not gonna try and like clickbait people into saying, "Oh my God, that totally confirms, you know, that date means this." Again, I am just skimming over stuff. I mean, it could reference Denmark. What was the fourth state? That was a Tuesday, I believe, right? Okay, so wonder if that means that they planned. Yeah, I guess technically, well, no, it's usually the first week, so I'm trying to figure if it's something that Activision would have purposely scheduled the conference call on May 4th for all the references to World War II and us winning World War II, or the UK winning World War II, or if Denmark is going to play a big part in every year at 8 p.m. a big part in World War II Vanguard. Every year at 8 p.m. on May 4th, the Dutch commemorate salute. So maybe Denmark will be a big part of World War II Vanguard. Again, I'm just gonna kind of recap it because I did a lot of this before, like I said a few hours ago. And I after I ended the video, I was like, you know what? A lot of that makes sense. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Him popping. I mean, this funny enough, this Legend of Barbarossa. I mean, today is literally May 7th, 2021. I've probably known about that almost a year now, or over a year. Just I said because of COVID-19, it's kind of been bittersweet that I have time to like explain stuff to people and make videos about it. Whereas if COVID-19 never happened, I think like most people would just be busy, and I'm like, oh, I need to make a video about that, explaining it to people. So it just kind of is just dumb luck in a way that I have a lot of time now, like most people, to finally a year later make a video about the Barbarossa Impossible Easter egg and real life stuff. So again, it was a legend of him waking up every couple of years. He was asleep in a cave, kind of the same exact thing as the end cutscene in World War II. And then Sledgehammer happened to again tweet him waking up. I'm like, that reminds me of Barbarossa. So I'm like, you know what? Let me look at the clip a little bit more. I mean, there might be stuff more in there. Again, like I said, this I guess just confirms that I can start using titles like World War II Zombies, World War II Vanguard Zombies, or practice on an introduction and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see what else might pop out of here. Because again, you would have to be really stupid to not know that Sledgehammer, Activision, Call of Duty could use any Undertaker clip. The guy's been wrestling for like 20 something years, probably even like 30 years now or something. They could use any Undertaker clip, but for them to be using a clip that has Heinrich as the guy that he's fighting at the time, that is very clever. And I tell people that don't get mad at me, get mad at Sledgehammer for being so clever. But this one at least got solved in like what, 3 days or so. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.